in this video, I'd like to chat with you about another option for using Packet Tracer, and that is on a mobile device. So besides Macintosh and Windows and Linux, we can also run Packet Tracer on a tablet, which is pretty darn cool, the PT Mobile version. So in this video, I'd like to walk you through it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start my recorder here on my tablet so I can record what's going on the screen, and then I'll add that to the video as we go through it together. So it's slightly different than the desktop version, but it is very powerful, and I think you'll see some of the benefits of it. So we're going to go ahead and launch Packet Tracer. So I simply installed it from the appropriate store, whether it's Android or iOS. There's a tip of the day that loaded, and then it's going to give us tips along the way the first time we launch it. So I'm going to click on New for Add a New Project, and let's go ahead and tap on the workspace, this big white space right here, to go ahead and start. And that brings up this wheel that has options of devices that we can add right here inside of Packet Tracer. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and make a simple topology. I'm going to tap on switches. It opens up a bigger circle with more details on types of switches. And I'll go ahead and tap on the 3560 24 port switch. And that's going to put it on the topology. Ta-da! Our first device right here in Packet Tracer Mobile. All right, let's add a couple more devices. So to do that, I'll tap in a free space here on the work area, and it should bring up the wheel again. There it is. And let's add an end device. We'll tap on end devices, and then let's add a client. How about a laptop? So we'll tap on laptop, and boom, there's our laptop, and I'll just drag it to where I want it to be. And then let's also add a server. So to add a server, we'll simply tap again. We'll click on end devices, and then we'll grab a server just by tapping on server, and there is our server. Wonderful. Now, if we want them to be connected, we need to connect them, either set up wireless or set up physical connections between them. So to do that, what we're going to do is I'm going to tap on the 3560 multi-layer switch. And that brings up the wheel again. I'm going to tap on the picture of the little RJ45 connector, which is labeled connect at the top. And then it wants me to tap another device where I want to connect to. So I'm going to tap the laptop, and that's going to build a cable or connection between the switch and the laptop. So I'm going to tap here in the middle on choose cable, and because it's going from a switch to a PC, it's a straight through cable, so I'll select straight through, and then I'm going to choose my ports. I'm going to go ahead and go from FE0/1 on the switch and go to the FE0 on the PC, and now that that's done, I'll go ahead and click on this icon up next to connect, the little topology icon. We'll tap on that, and that brings us back to the work area. Great, one connection down, one to go. So for our next connection, let's connect from the switch over to the right-hand side, over to the server. So we'll tap on the 3560 switch, we'll tap on connect, and then we'll go ahead and tap on the server, and then we'll specify the cable type. It's straight through, we'll select it, and then we'll choose port FE0/2 by tapping that. And then we'll select FE0 on the server. Then we'll click on the topology icon next to connect up in the menu bar, and that'll bring us back to the work area. And you'll notice the switch, see how it's amber right there? Going over to the server, the little link indicator, and that's because it is going through spanning tree. So as soon as spanning tree figures out, oh, we don't have a layer 2 loop, that should turn green. And with the default spanning tree, that should be about 30 seconds total. So if we wait for it, there it goes. If we wait for it, it seems like it takes longer, but it's about 30 seconds. Great. And then we could go further in and we could configure those devices. So if you want to configure the server, simply double tap on it. That brings up the menu option, very similar to what it does in the Mac and the Windows machine. If we click on the topology icon, it takes us back. We could double click on the laptop. Same thing, but now regarding the laptop. So configuring IP addresses and masks and default gateways and services and everything else, a lot of that functionality is right here inside of Packet Tracer on the mobile platform. And one more thing is we also have the option for simulation mode, just like we do in Packet Tracer on the desktop. So if we click on where it currently says real, that swaps it over to simulation, and then we could simulate traffic and visualize that traffic here in Packet Tracer Mobile as well. Very similar to what we can do in the Windows and Mac and Linux flavors of Packet Tracer on a computer. So in this video, I want to introduce you to the ability of doing topologies and configurations in the mobile version of Packet Tracer as another resource, another tool that we can plug in to our utility belt that can give us the hands-on practice when and where we want it regarding Cisco systems. So I'll see you in the next video. Meanwhile, I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.